cleaning. After some practice of this cleaning, you will understand that no longer you would need to suggest yourself that, all these 5-6 steps. The moment you close your eyes, it starts happening on its own. Now you don't have to use words. Same thing on prayer. O Master, Thou art the real goal of human life. We are yet but slaves of wishes, putting bar to our advancement. These are all words. These words must be able to invoke some sort of feelings in my heart. Once those feelings are there, you don't need words. A time will come, and I pray for you all that time comes sooner, that you don't need to use words. You close your eyes and prayer is offered. Creating a state of prayerfulness, you see. And hopefully a state would soon arrive that, that half a second or 1 second that it took me to offer my prayer, it expands 24 hours, where you can always remain in a prayerful state, where your master is always in focus. You are always in tune with yourself, trying to maintain that condition that you had. On one side, you are in a prayerful state. Another side, you are maintaining the condition and allowing it to grow. During your daytime, when these two things are going on at the same time, you may have been studying something, you may be learning something, you may be watching TV, or you may be in toilets, you may be taking shower, taking breakfast, maybe with your friends, partying out, but inner connection is always there, see? So that is the beauty of Sahaj Marg. It doesn't take away any of our time. When we have mastered the practice, you will notice that it requires less and less time from us. But it will remain a 24-hour business. Nighttime prayer. As I said, each word of this prayer should be able to tinker some sort of feeling in our hearts. Follow that feeling, contemplate on those feelings, and sleep in that mood. I advise you, I recommend you rather, to have some sentimental relationship with Master Chari Ji now, okay? What sort of sentimental relation one would like to develop depends on each one of you. Some of you may consider him as a grandfather, father or a friend, or a guru or a guide. Take him as you please, but when you go to sleep, if you treat him as your father, hold him in your heart, hold him in your lap, or rather imagine that you are sleeping in his lap. If he's your guru, keep him in front of you. Prayerfully request him to guide you even during your sleep. And pray to him that as soon as you get up in the morning, you will meditate better than what you had done yesterday. Our prayer should always be for improvement in everything that we do, whether it is prayer, or whether it is meditation, or whether it is study, anything. I must excel in everything that I do. His help is always there. I'm not trying to psych you. I don't want you to even believe me. I want you to only try it. Make an effort. Only invoking his presence is good enough. Thoughtfully you invoke him and say, Master, I need your help, please. His help will be there. I have seen many times where there have been irreversible situations in my life where I would say, no, this is a dead end. There is no rescue anymore. And automatically your attention goes towards Master. Heart starts beating faster. And surprisingly, things simply disappear. as if some sort of miracle has taken place. And when you have some experiences like this 4 or 5 times in your life, then you'll say, oh, okay, enough of these miracles in life. You get tired of experiences in Sahaj Marg. You get fed up of miracles in Sahaj Marg. Only thing then will remain is this: I want to become like him. Become like him means what? The master, the physical master? We can relate with him, so we say, okay, I would like to become like him. But not as the master that he is. Try to see him as a disciple of his master. If you think that you want to become like master, then the idea of becoming a master will start bothering your head. Try to become a good disciple that he was, or rather he is. When we read Babuji's autobiography, we get mesmerized, oh wow, he could do this, he could do that. But when we read his autobiography as a disciple of Lalaji Maharaj, it humbles you. It motivates you. In his diary he has written, he used to do 4 or 5 things at one time. As I mentioned to you, he was always connected somehow through his heart with his Guru, Lalaji Maharaj. He was never apart from him. He would always adjust himself with the present condition that he had, with the condition that is to come. You understand what I'm trying to say? Oh, it's too foreign perhaps, eh? You understand? No? You don't get it? You understand? Okay. Do you get it? Okay. See, you have a present condition, right? When you observe yourself after meditation, you have a very unique condition, right? And you are trying to hold on to it during daytime. In an advanced stage, what happens, like Babuji's case, he is not only observing his inside, but he is also waiting for what is to come next. So he is prepared. It's like when you throw a ball, the other person is waiting to catch it. Like that. Babuji was always ever ready to catch that ball. Third thing, being vigilant to his surroundings, what I must be doing. See? When he became master, all these things were going on. Then his eyes became 360 degrees, global. What is happening with the Sabhyasi, the other Abhyasi, this continent, that continent. You don't have to worry about that part. See? But our mind has so many channels. You can do so many things at one time. Many people, they complain that, oh, constant remembrance, such a difficult thing. No, not in Sahaj Marg. Sahaj Marg is absolutely fantastic path. We go wrong because we don't practice properly. Babuji again, he used to say, constant remembrance is advised because what is required is love. Sahaj Marg, if you have to define what is Sahaj Marg, it's all about love. It's a love story between yourself and God. In the beginning, we don't know what God is. So it's difficult to fall in love with unknown. So, Babuji, he said, when you don't know God, you bring Master in the picture. To love Master is also difficult. So he reversed the equation that when you remember your beloved so easily, changing this focus from loving to remembering, your love will automatically follow. But the difficulty is how to remember. Most of us have this biggest problem, how to remember this thing called Master all the time. It becomes a burden. And it's like a donkey carrying the load. Who wants to carry mind all in your mind, master, master, master all the time, It's a problem. It becomes a torturous job. So what is the solution? Anybody has the solution for this? Solution is very simple. The old man again, Babuji Maharaj used to say, it is meditation that is the mother of constant remembrance. Without mother there is no child. Without this mother meditation, there is no constant remembrance. When I am so impressed with the experiences that I have during meditation, when I am so impressed with the condition that I have after meditation, I try to retain it. And when you are so much impressed by the gifts, spiritual gifts that you receive in the form of conditions, you start appreciating the giver. And slowly you start remembering, from the gifts to the giver. And when you fall in love, you don't know. It just happens afterward. Okay? Give another example. I don't think you can go back to your 2 years or 3 years of age. But when you first teach your child how to bicycle, we bring a tricycle. And we help child by holding that cycle to pedal it properly. So from tricycle, then we bring two-wheeler bicycle with 2 wheels in the back, smaller ones, but little bigger. Afterward, after some practice, what happens? We remove those back 2 wheels and he is already on 2 wheels. Then what happens? He goes to kindergarten or to the school on a bigger cycle. He is able to ride it without falling, without injuring himself. He is able to ride with his friends or her friends. He is chatting away, singing away, watching the traffic at the same time, not forgetting where he is going. He is at the same time seeing things around. But he is still paddling his cycle. It's very simple for a child. It doesn't take long. If a mere child can master this simple cycling, we can also do this. What? Paddling this spiritual condition. Of course we'll forget now and then. We'll go astray here and there. But if you have a real good interest, if you have the intention, if you have the desire that I want to maintain this condition, then when I get up after meditation, I start paddling with this condition. I try to hold on to it. And I try to do things around while holding on to this. I start paddling with this condition during daytime, see? I try to hold on to it. I can be doing so many things at the same time, but I'm still paddling with this spiritual condition. I don't let it go so easily. So there is constant remembrance. It becomes so simple. So I have taken up your time with this aspect of meditation, cleaning, prayer, constant remembrance. I also indirectly mentioned to you about what sort of attitudes we have, because practice in itself is a labor process. Bringing in the attitudes of love, humility, prayerfulness, it helps. When you guys wait for your girlfriend by the theater and she doesn't show up, and she just comes 5 minutes before the movie begins, what happens? It looks like eternity that you didn't come in time, see? You become so restless. Do we have this sort of impatience, passion for meditation, for inviting Master during meditation. You must go crazy with this, you see. That's why I said, before you go to sleep, you must anticipate your next move of meditation in the morning. Try to suggest yourself that, I have to do my meditation. I have to receive something. Not in a very disgusting way, I have to do this, God, what am I doing now? See, I have to get up early, it's no good. I'll take you to some other anecdotes, some stories. I'll explain to you why we must create some fascination, some passion, some restlessness towards the practice itself. Otherwise, there is no point practicing. It's a labor. It's a dry practice. And you don't earn anything. Have you seen a laborer in the farms? He is earning his daily wages, right? But a guy who goes to gym, for example, he may be spending just half hour a day. He makes muscles, he builds up muscles. The guy in the farm, he works whole day, but he's cursing himself. I have to work, and he loses his muscles. Matter of attitude again, see. If you think your practice is a dry thing and you really curse, I have to do it again, Papa, Mama, whatever it is. If you're doing just to satisfy some of your family members, it's better you don't do it. It's not for you. Drop it. Otherwise, you're wasting so much of time with eyes closed, not getting anything, not earning anything. What's the point? When you do something, you must do it joyfully, cheerfully. And this aspect of joy and cheerfulness comes, I'm reminded of the questions Babuji Maharaj is asking this medium who is receiving messages from the brighter world. She is almost master's age. She is in wheelchair. And she has not gone out of her apartment for God knows last 20 years or so. She's in her small cubicle. Out of frustration of many years of practice, she asked Babuji, where am I? When she asked this question, it was only to find out how far has she progressed in Sahaj Marg. So Babuji Maharaj answers her, you are on the 13th. As you know, perhaps most of you don't know how many points we cross in Sahaj Marg. We cross 13 points, heart being the first point,